What up? What up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Algee. We're locked in. We're trying to get that rhythm back. We're trying to get into those Monday lives because in 2 weeks we do have Raising Canaan. But as of right now, we got Euphoria season 3 is over with. RIP to those we lost. RIP to the ones that are no longer here with us. RIP to those who have sinned. RIP to those that were no good. RIP to those that were removed from our lives because they needed to be. RIP to that pinky toe on Nate. RIP to that finger on Nate. RIP to Lori. RIP to a lot of mofos that deserve to go, man. They deserve to go. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm J. This is Euphoria. We're going to kind of just talk about the last episode and talk about the overall trilogy. You know, the 3 seasons that they had. There is no season 4. Obviously, if you watch the finale, you know, RUE turned to RIP. You know, she's out of here. So, hey, it is what it is. I did like the Alamo story, but RIP to him. Bishop was a bad dude. RIP to my boy G. They got rid of some characters. I thought that Alamo was going to make it through, though. I thought they were going to take out Ali and Alamo was going to make it. But I was wrong. It was vice versa. Vice versa. Go ahead and rate what y'all think the episode was. What do you think about the season overall? I think this season, I got it in the beginning. I was wondering how this was. I was thinking there was going to be a complete shootout with Lori and her crew. Lori went out like a sucker, jumped off the building, but Faye and Wayne did get away. There wasn't any money in there. So I give the season a 7. It wasn't what I was expecting to be real. Although it did take us some years to get to this. 7 years for 3 seasons. That's what, one every 2.5 years almost. 2 and a fourth. It was all right. I'm gonna be real. It was all right. It was all right. I did like the Nate story. I like Nas and how Nas was in there. Nas was taking people out. But other than that, wasn't nothing really cracking. Wasn't nothing really cracking. You know what I mean? It wasn't nothing. And then the Rue ODing, like, did Rue go and visit her mom, or all of that was her just in the middle of the? It's not even ODing. She was on fentanyl. You know what I mean? She was on fent. She was on fent. It wasn't nothing. I figured something was up. It was either he was trying to get a hook back on drugs or it was that fent. And Rue fell right into it. They could have did more with G. Bishop was cool, nonchalant, mysterious, but they could have did way more with G. They could have had him and Rue going on shit. Then they had him riding around with the poodle with Maddy. I was like, what is the point of this? I mean, obviously in the end he did save Maddy and Kitty, but I was like, man, what the hell? What we doing with this? We got Fezco back. They had him doing parkour and shit to get out of prison. R.I.P. to him. But what happened this season? Rue owed $48 million. She never paid that off. She ended up getting killed by Alamo. Alamo was really just an old ass creep with money. Um, that was it. Faye and Wayne, pointless. Cassie storyline, her and Nate, pointless. I mean, Nate got killed by a rattlesnake. He got buried by. I did like them going to cut off his toe, going to cut off his finger, him trying to get away, and they whooping his ass. But other than that, Pops came back. R.I.P. to him too. Damn, they lost two people in the cast. But I can't really think. I can't tell you what really happened besides Rue worked with Lori. Old Lori went to Alamo, worked with Alamo. Old Alamo. Alamo killed Rue, and Ali came back and avenged her death, I guess. But did you even Ali didn't even do anything when they were at the house and Rue went in there and he like got her post. That nigga didn't call like an ambulance. He just called somebody like, yeah, I got a mistake over here. This nigga went back into the living room, got out his notebook and just put REB in the date. He put the date and just went on about his business. This nigga went to go saw off the shotgun. I said, what the hell? This is all you doing? And then he put his military uniform on. This nigga went to go crash out. Man, look, let me tell you something. I love Rue, but I'm not going to crash out. I'm not going to fight no nigga named Alamo Jones. If I'm going to the strip club, I'm going to the strip club. I'm not going up there with a shotgun. And who let this nigga in with this big ass book bag? But they were like, all right, you come on in, soldier. Salute. This nigga came in with a goddamn book bag with a fucking sawed off in there. Let me see. What was I even going to look at? Oh, yeah, I was trying to go back and get the date. So let's see if we got the. So Rule Pass, I think it says 10/13/24, which I think this is a 10 or an 8. Might be. Looks like October 13th, 24. We'll just say it's October. So Rue died in October of 24. Here we are in May of 25, 26. No fentanyl detected. That fentanyl was detected. We got the red line. Damn. So was this real? So was this real where Rue went to the house? Because the police had the street blocked off. She ran through the alley. She goes in there and she sees her mom. But is this her going through the OD? Like while she's laying on the couch? Because remember, she was reaching up right after this. And then he gets up in the morning and comes in there. So was she just dreaming this? Or did she actually go and see her mom? Was this a moment of euphoria? That's what I was thinking this is. You know what I mean? I ain't sure. I promise. I thought this was just a moment of euphoria. I don't know if this is really happening. I don't believe. I ain't sure. I promise. I thought this was just a. Uh, R.I.P. to Rue though, man. She ain't make it. Went to sleep with the headphones on, man. That's the most peaceful way you could go out, I guess. What else happened this episode? I like what they did with the feds coming though, how they switched the vans out. When they switched the van, I knew something was up when we seen Bishop standing up top. Now I don't know how fast they switched that van out though, because they switched the whole van, brought it back. Well, I mean, he was in there for a minute getting the girl, so I guess you probably could if you're not really paying attention to it, and you got these hillbillies. So it's not like we had anybody that actually had some good damn knowledge. So they switched the vans out when they were sitting in there because the dude came back was like, "Where my coke at?" What up, GH? Because she was watching, Bishop was watching, and Big Eddie got out the game. Big Eddie got out the game. That's a positive. Yeah, after getting shot up, I definitely would too, man. Wouldn't be no point in still being in the game. Then when they went through Border Patrol, at first I was thinking something was gonna be off. I thought the white boy was gonna throw it all the way off. Lori's crew, because he was sitting there acting all nervous, not paying no attention. Then Kitty didn't give the right name. So I'm like, all right, we not gonna make it through this border. I was thinking it was over with for Big Eddie. Plus, he already been shot. If we were to get rid of Big Eddie, it would have been like, all right, cool. But Big Eddie made it out the game though. His last hoorah told the feds, man, when you talk to Alamo, let him know I'm done. I'm out. But they ain't find no drugs on him. I thought, well, I mean, we had a shootout. It was Ashtray. We had a shootout the last episode of season 2. Ashtray got shot up. Fezco went to prison. He escaped from prison here. So I was expecting us to. Well, we did get a shootout at the end of the episode, Alamo and Ali. But I was thinking there was going to be a shootout at Lori's house when they got there, when the DEA came, because that's the way they made it seem. He was sitting in there with that damn shotgun. He was making it seem like he's about to go all out. He had us all thinking. I was thinking, all right, he's gonna be at the window. They gonna come in here. He looked at the dog and asked the dog, "What do we do?" Then he turned around and didn't even get the shooting. I'm like, come on, man. We going out like this. Lori's cruise this damn week. That's how weak we are. We supposed to be stepping on stuff. But nah, wasn't no stepping on nothing, man. They were bullshit. I don't know why though. What did y'all expect from Lori Did you expect Lloyd to go out like that, jumping off the roof, or was it supposed to go down? This was supposed to be a huge shootout here, especially with Wayne and Faye leaving through the stables. I was expecting them to go all out. I mean, why not? It's the finale, right? We can have multiple shootouts. Let me see. What up, Candy? You ain't never watched the full episode? Yeah, I mean, when season 2 of Euphoria came out, I went back and watched all of season 1 because I only watched like maybe one episode of season 1. I went back and watched all of it before season 2, and we covered all of it. And we covered all this. I think I think it was more of they were just under contract, and it's like, shit, we gotta do this third season, man. We done lost 2 cast members. How we gonna do this shit? It wasn't bad, but again, nothing happened. It was just Alamo versus Lori the whole time, and Rue switching sides, and then ultimately Rue pops a pilly, and well, she don't get to hit the willy. She went to sleep, but good.
Some of them going to sleep for good.
What up, Tamika? So I was expecting a shootout here. When the DEA pulled up, I was expecting them to go out guns blazing, storm the house. I like that they flipped the van and the van was exchanged. Big Eddie did get to leave the game, so I thought that was dope. But I was expecting a shootout, man. You said I thought it was going to be a huge shootout too? Yeah, the way they made it seem, they had the helicopters up here. I'm thinking, all right, here we go. We got some action. So I'm watching this. I'm listening to it. I'm like, okay. I hear the helicopters. I'm thinking they about to come out. Man, niggas is surrendering and shit. They over here making this dude seem like he an action hero. They made it seem like he was about to come out here and let that thing rain. Unfortunately, man, these niggas gave up, bro. They did all that shit talking. And these motherfuckers were saying nigga. They were talking bad about black people. They just go to jail. But Alamo gets his motherfucking chest blown off. I ain't like that. They shot Alamo and they shot my nigga G. G ain't did nothing to nobody. But the white boys get to go to jail. I ain't like that. I said, that ain't fair. That ain't right. That ain't right. Even Fezco got to go to jail. They did kill Ashtray, but Fezco got to jail. Fez escaped. But I think Rue was dreaming all of that. I still don't know if Rue was really awake and went to the house or that's just a part of her ODing. Because he seen the medicine, but she left. Then she seen her younger self. She was thinking about her in Fezco. The police had the whole block blocked off. She talking about that's my house. So she never goes to see Fez. She went to the little stand that they used to work in. She makes it to the house. She climbs through the window. She sees her mom, but then we see her reaching up on the couch. Ali gets up. She's over there listening to whatever the hell she's listening to, but she ain't listening to nothing because she's dead. Turns out she was on fentanyl because of Alamo and gave her these pain pills, these perkies, but they wasn't perkies, they were twerkies because they had a little bit of fentanyl mixed in them because this is Lori's drug that she just stole from Wayne's damn safe because she went over there and got all that, got 50 bands, but Alamo had to get rid of Rue because he didn't believe that Rue was trustworthy, which also leads me to believe that he knew that Rue was working with the feds and never trusted Rue from the start. But then it could have just been her being a loose end, but I think he was trying to get rid of her because he knew his next play was to go with Maddy, which Maddy already owed him 15% of everything that the girls made, plus that $1 million that she owed, which is another 20% off top. So that 35%, he was about to make that with Maddy. And then he was going to get in Maddy's ear and have her working directly with him. And then he was going to be finessing her 15 down to like 5. So he was going to get another 10 and be making damn near 50% of everything that the girls made, which Maddy and Cassie already had a plan to start doing things with the inside of Nate's house, because they did have some money in that safe, and it was maybe $250,000 to maybe 300,000. They were going to do their own thing outside of what Alamo had going on. So if Alamo would have found out about that anyway, he would have definitely put his foot down, because Cassie works for him, because he was the one that brought the book, well, not the book, the bag full of damn cards to go and save Nate for that $1 million. So no way that plan would have worked out with Alamo being alive. Luckily, Ali showed up. But if Ali didn't show up, that plan that they had at Nate's house, they thought that Nas was on their ass. Alamo was really gonna fuck them over. Them girls were gonna have to be working at the Silver Stepper or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I mean? So it was a lot. I was just trying to piece that shit together. Then Bishop turned his back on Alamo, which I thought was cool. He gave him the gun, because remember, he took the hoisters off. You remember? He took it off when he went in there with Maddy. So then when he switched the guns out, he took the bullets. So when he handed him his gun, there wasn't nothing in there. Then they were talking about no cheating. You got to wait till the bottle hit the ground. Alamo was cheating because Alamo pulled his gun before the bottle even hit there. And it was click, click. And then it was bow. Alamo got toe up. Then he walked him down. He said, I'm here because of Rue sent me. And motherfucking G on the damn stripper pole, he over there leaking his shit with all that money. So I'm like, damn, this nigga Bishop. Well, he did build a relationship with Maddy when they were talking about the dog, the damn poodle, because he did look like a Doberman Pinscher type nigga, kind of like Snoop Dogg when he turned into the Doberman. That's what I was kind of thinking when they were talking about Doberman Pinschers. But then he took the bullets out, got Alamo killed when Alamo was a good dude. Alamo ain't did nothing to nobody. Alamo was a good dude. You know what I mean? Alamo ain't screwed nobody over. Alamo got screwed over by Rue. Like, if we think about it, Alamo was actually a victim. Alamo was actually a victim. Think about it. Alamo was running a legitimate business. Alamo had multiple strip clubs. Who? Let's list it out. Who fucked Alamo over? Lori and her crew. Rue. Rue was part of Lori's crew. Alamo would have never had these problems if it wasn't for goddamn Lori fucking him over. Rue came over there with her little junky ass, was walking around the house partying and shit, doing shit she wasn't supposed to. Rue was over there talking to the feds, trying to get them locked up. Rue got Big Eddie shot. Rue really fucked everybody over. Now, RIP to Rue, but they say what goes around comes around. Rue set niggas up and Rue got set up. So I can't really feel bad for Rue. And that's why when people were saying, they kind of teared up. I don't know if it was because Rue passed away or maybe because they showed Fezco, but I didn't feel bad for none of them. Anyone that died in any of these episodes, I didn't feel bad for, because all these niggas was fucked up. Rue was the biggest fuck up. Rue was snitching on niggas. Rue was snitching because she fucked up and she was trying to get everybody else screwed over. The only good nigga in the show was Alamo, not Alamo, but Ali. The only good person was Ali. And now, like Torian said, what up, Torian? Like Torian said, now Alamo is out of there. The only nigga that had a legitimate business doing legitimate business. You know what I mean? He had a legitimate business conducting legitimate business. We had all of our liquor license. You know what I mean? It wasn't fully nude and always lewd. You know what I'm saying? It was just topless. Well, one time I didn't see it was nude in there, but that's neither here or there. But he had a legitimate business. But then the white folk, what they do? They had that fentanyl in there, fucked up his whole operation. When the girls were getting messed up, what? He was sending them off, going to rehab. They tried to make me go to rehab, but I said, no, no, no. Alamo said, yes, yes, yes. Send them to rehab. Send them to rehab. Ali was a junkie. We got Ali's backstory, so we found out about his junkie ass too. Ali's a crackhead. Once a crackhead, always a crackhead. So I don't care about none of that. But I did like how they finished the show off with him taking out Alamo. And I thought this was cool too, man. The little full circle moment where he actually went back to the family. That was cool. You know what I mean? That was cool. That was one of those you know what I mean? One of the moments. Uh, Nothing else really happened. I mean, you got Cassie and Lexi talking, and she was just trying to get her to run the house. But if I'm Lexi, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm just gonna keep working my job. I'm gonna keep working for the studios. Uh, do you? This episode was an hour and a half. I don't really think like it don't even seem like it was an hour and a half. You know, I could recap the whole thing in 2 minutes. You know what I mean? I could literally recap this whole thing in 2 minutes. I believe Rue would also take an Ali to see that family if she lived. Yeah, I can see. I can see her definitely telling Ali where the family was, like she did, and then going off, and then probably Ali would come down and visit on his own. You know what I mean? I can see Rue taking that trip. She'll probably be like, "I need to go by myself, clear my head, and go down there." But shit, what y'all think? They buried Rue or they cremated her? Let me see. Do I got the Oh, I ain't got the parkour part. Oh yeah, I do. So there go Fez right there. Let me see. You know, there was what up, Trill? There was actually somebody that actually did that in real life, but I still got to know, was this real? Or was this just a moment of euphoria?
Euphoria. Euphoria.
A feeling or state of intense excitement and happiness. So did she really see the article of Fezco escaping and then drove over there? Or was she just thinking that and her junky ass was on them motherfucking perkies doing the turkey worky? You know what I mean? Was that real? Did she really go see her? I gotta look that up because I didn't know if she really did it or not, or she was just thinking that and then she died. Like she took a pill, she was thinking about that shit, and that fentanyl kicked in, and it was over with. Did Rue go see her mother? All right. She narrowly escapes capture. Elordi Nazi, blah, blah, blah. Most stolen goods. In response, Ali abandons Islam in the meeting. Blah, blah. All right. But Alamo knows she's a. See, I knew. See, I thought that Alamo knew that she was a rat from the get-go. Alamo knows she's a rat, so the painkillers he gives for the injuries she sustained is laced with fent. She overdoses off a single pill, never making it to the promised land. See, I was either thinking he needed to tie up the loose ends or he knew that she was working with the feds. That's why they switched the van and didn't tell her that they were switching the van. Alamo dies, Ali's hand, blah, 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 blah. What up, Kendall? I ain't even, to be honest with y'all, I ain't even covered the Jules story. I had no business covering that, and it had no business in this show. That shit was pointless. The whole storyline was pointless. This nigga was a painter that couldn't get shit done. That was fucking this old man. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit got to do with anything? Rue don't need to go see no goddamn Jules. But anyway, and who told everybody that fucking Rue was dead? This nigga Ali never reported Rue being dead. This nigga wrote in the book, called somebody, and then started sawing off his shotgun and then went to the little meeting and told them niggas, hey, I'm done being a motivational speaker. I'm about to go step on shit. Who the fuck told people Rue was dead? Because Cassie and Lexi were like, oh yeah, Rue, man, she was a junkie, but you know, she had a cool smile. Who told everybody that Rue was dead? That news ain't spread that Rue was dead. I'm trying to see them explain it, though. I want to see them explain. Does Rue die in the finale? Yeah, we know that. But did she die? You know what I mean? Did she die or this nigga just was stepping on shit? You know, every now and then, back in my younger days, not anymore, yeah. I'm a changed man. Look at the range, man. But back in the day, I used to think about getting a gun and going stepping on. Well, I had a gun, but I used to think about going to step on shit, but I never did it because I was like, nigga, it ain't really worth it. Maybe Ali was relapsing. Maybe Ali took one of the perkies and started doing the twerking. Was like, nigga, I'm about to go crash out. I took a half. She took a whole, baby. Slow down. That's what Drake said. Baby. Yeah, that's what Drake said. Maybe Ali took one of the perkies and like, nigga, I'm about to turn up on these whole ass niggas and went over there and shot him. Let's see. In God we trust. Well, I don't know. We ain't seen a funeral. What they always tell me. We ain't seen a funeral. We ain't seen a body. We ain't seen it. We seen a dead body of Nate. We seen the dead body of Alamo. We seen the dead body of G. We seen the dead body of Lori. We ain't seen no dead body of Rue. Rue was in there sleep. That's how I be sleeping on the couch. You come and catch me and sleep on the couch. You gonna be like, damn, this nigga dead. The only way you gonna know I ain't dead because I ain't even farted or I didn't snore. But we don't know. Rue was listening to music. Rue was listening. This is what Rue was listening to. Rue was vibing out on the couch. Rue was vibing. That nigga Ali fucking shit up. All right, so over here on, well, I don't know who the fuck High on Films is. I don't know how credible them is. Hell. The next day, we find Rue at Ali's house, where she learns about Fezco escape from the correctional facility. She immediately reacts to the news, and despite Ali's warning, she leaves to pick him up as promised. As she drives, looks for Fez frantically at all the places he could possibly be. She somehow manages to end up in the house she grew up in. Once she left there, what? Once she lets herself inside the house, she finds her mother reading the Bible. Rue approaches the mother. The two embrace, leading to a very emotional moment. Wasn't nothing emotional about that. It was a junkie and her mama. The mother and daughter feels as Rue been looking for the connection forever, but just didn't know how to act on it. However, the next moment it reveals that the scene was only a dream. All right, so it was. We then see Ali waking up the following day, discovering Rue dead on the couch, devastated. He checks the pills next to her on the table, and after testing them using a drug testing device, finds out that the pill contained the fentanyl. And I ain't talking about the Rihanna. It turns out that Rue died from an OD. Ali then calls Rue's mother and passes on the sad news to her. I thought this nigga, to be honest with you, this may sound messed up, but I was watching this on my phone. I thought this nigga Ali called up a freak. That's why I was wondering who told everybody that Rue was. I thought this nigga Ali called up a freak to come through. To be honest, that's why who let everybody know that Rue was dead? Because the nigga went outside and I just got my earpiece in, so I'm not actually watching the episode. I'm just listening to it. You know, if I'm watching this shit at work, most of the time I'm watching it like an audio book. So I'm watching it. I'm listening to it, and then when I come home, I gotta get the screenshots. That's when I actually get to watch the episode and see what the hell's going on. Because most of the time I just got the piece and I'm walking around. So I'm trying to visualize this shit. And I'm like, man, what the fuck? Who did he call? I thought this nigga was calling a woman and telling her to come over. I'm like, damn, nigga, you just gonna leave that body on the couch? Like, you can't have a freak come through and you got a body on the couch. Like, nigga, you gotta clean up around here or something. The body's still warm. I did not know this nigga called the mom. Let me see. Do I have the photo? See, I thought he went outside. I thought he went outside. Like, hey, what you got going on? Oh, nothing. What you doing? Oh shit, just chilling at the house, bored as hell. You know what I mean? Oh, I ain't doing nothing. I'm just at work. Shit, what time you get off? About 4:30. Shit, it's 11:45 now. Shit, 4:30. You trying to get something to eat when you get off? That would be cool because I'm taking an early lunch. Shit, what you trying to get? I can order it. I'm just gonna be at the crib. I'm too lazy to go anywhere. Oh, it don't really matter. I kind of got a sweet tooth. Shit, all right. I can get some ice cream too. You like ice cream? Yeah, I like ice cream. Ah, shit. All right. Hey, you come through. I got some perkies. I got some perkies. What you trying to do? Boy, I ain't on no perks no more. What you mean? When you stop doing perks? If I'm be honest with you, the last time I did perks, boy, you know how I get. What you mean how you get? Yeah, you ain't never took no perky with me. I don't know how you get. Boy, don't you be playing with me. You know how I get. 2 lemon drops. Just imagine 1 perk. Oh, nah. Yeah, see, you might have to take a half then. You out and out like that. Them lemons be getting you. I remember when we had them mimosas. We went to that brunch that day. Don't remind me. I was throwed. I know you was. I had to carry your ass home. Everybody was looking at you, your ass trying to twerk on the bar and shit. I had to get you down. You like, nah, don't stop me. I'm like, nah, I gotta stop you. Security telling me to get you down. And security was big. It was 2 of it. It was just one. I'd probably be able to whoop that nigga ass. Boy, I'm at work. You over here talking like a fool. Hey, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, when you get off, let me know. I'm gonna be at the crib. You know what I mean? I gotta clean up a little bit though. I be having company and shit. One of my, one of my AAs, one of my little druggies came over. I gotta, get them up out of here. All right, just let me know. I get off at 4:30. I could be over there by probably like 5:15. I gotta go freshen up. Oh no, you can just come shower over here. It's all good. Girl, you acting like you ain't never been here before. Mo, you a fool. What? Yeah, hey, holla at me. I'm gonna text you though. I'm gonna go clean up a little bit, like I told you. I got them perkies on deck. All right, nah, I'm fucking with you. Hey, have a good day at work. All right, you too. All right, bye bye. Yeah. Why would he call her freak and tell her some? Man, this is Euphoria. Everybody does wild shit. Everybody doing wild shit. They got a chick with a broke neck twerking on the stage. This is Euphoria. Like, all the wildest shit can happen in here, bro. All the wildest shit. Hell, they in the middle of the club. Shit's going down. There is an army veteran out here with a shotgun. This nigga Alamo in the back trying to get some from Maddy, and Maddy going. Hey, be real. Y'all think Maddy was going? I think Maddy was going. Be real. Y'all think Maddy was? I think Maddy was going. Matter of fact, I know Maddy was going. Maddy wasn't trying to pay that money. Alamo back there, he talking about, yeah, you know, we can have some beautiful babies and shit. Man, you don't shut your bitch ass up. And Alamo is one of my favorite characters too. But man, at this point, I was like, nigga, you better get this motherfucking money, nigga. Everybody want to be a tough guy, but he's back there. Maddy was about to throw that thing to get up out that debt. And if I was Maddy, I wouldn't even take on that debt. I'd say that debt was Cassie's money. Cassie owe you a meal. I don't know you know Millie. I'm working with you. I'm a business partner, but that Millie got to come up out of Cassie pockets. You remember on Forrest Gump? Uh, let me see. Let me see. This is what this reminded me of. I was like, what kind of American is what's the name? When Ali was sitting here.
I'm sorry I ruined your New Year's Eve party, Lieutenant Dane. She tastes like cigarettes.
You remember when you remember on Forrest Gump when Forrest was over there with Lieutenant Dan and that girl grabbed on that nigga, pushed her off? That's how it was with Ali when Kitty got on him. That's the same way it was when Ali he was in there. He trying, man, where Dollar Mo at? Security weak as hell. You didn't let these niggas all the way up in the building. I didn't know what Bishop was up to, but I like that he took the bullets though.
Lieutenant, no, in the wide world.
What up, Misty? He said, what security? Man, security didn't even stand. Look at this dude, man. I'm gonna be real with y'all. If I was ever security for something, unless I know I got me a clear shot, I'm not stepping out and getting shot. I'm not doing it. When the Bishop flipped, I think Bishop was just always looking for his moment. Bishop was always looking for his moment to escape. The same with Big Eddie. Big Eddie, once the police got him, that's when he got up out of there. But because remember, Bishop took the guns. Bishop took the guns off of him before he went in the room with Maddy. Remember? This is when he took the guns, so he took the guns, so he took the bullets out, but I don't know what will make him flip. He would just like, fuck it, man. This looks like an opportunity. This dude can get whacked. I like Bishop though. I liked him and G. I wanted to see more of them. I would like to see a storyline with them too, but of course, you know, they're definitely not about to give us a Beast Mode and Bishop show. But it would have been cool to see these two characters a little bit more than we seen Wayne and Faye. Like Wayne and Faye was pointless. A lot of this shit was pointless this season. But what did he say? Remember when he was explaining to Rue about the snake? He was sizing Bishop up the whole time. That's why they showed the snake again. They showed him standing right next to the snake too. He been sizing Bishop up the whole time, and he finally made his move. Remember, he said the snake, it stopped eating for a while. It would start laying by the lady because it was sizing her up to see how big she was, and eventually it was going to attack. But that's why they gave the snake up, and that's why Alamo wanted the snake, because you never know what the snake is going to be doing next. And Bishop was the one that perfectly explained that to Rue. He was the snake. He was next to Alamo the whole time. He knew how Alamo was moving. He ended up taking the gun. He took the bullets out. He knew that this would just go ahead and strike. But he ain't had to do it. Ali did it. It was just the perfect moment for him. Our boy Bishop, MVP. If it wasn't for Bishop, like everybody talk about Ali was stepping on shit. If it wasn't for Bishop, Ali would have been another body on the floor. Bishop saved the day, man. Mm. Let me see if they explain that. Bishop. Bishop's episode 8 ended and explained. Oh man, there's a lot of goddamn reading. Here we go. The ending of Euphoria, episode 8. Ali, whose name is Martin McQueen, giving Rue a send off at the house. Conservative Christian family. Blah 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 blah. We don't care. All right, here we go. Bishop's betrayal on the Alamo. Bishop's betrayal was foreshadowed earlier when he was talking to Rue about the sweet snakes in season episode 6. He said the snake was Sweet's best friend. She used to sleep with it every night, but then one day, man, that's exactly what I just explained. So I was right. Sweet parted ways, hence avoided becoming the snake's meal. Alamo couldn't do the same. He never cared to understand Bishop's motivations. He kept him by his side and trusted him that he stayed loyal no matter what he did. However, Bishop's subservient wasn't a sign of loyalty. It was a sign of patience, and it was waiting for Alamo to reach a point where he could be easily toppled. That said, was Bishop's betrayal just about power? No, I think there were layers to it. One of the biggest reasons why Bishop gave Alamo empty guns so he could be shot to death by Ali was because Alamo didn't have any principles left. It was like a dealer doesn't get high on his own supply situation, and Alamo was consistently going after his personal desires using the girls he had for the silver slipper. So, like you guys were saying, when he was riding with Maddy over there asking for some grace, he realized, hey, goddamn, Alamo, we supposed to be making some money, man. We supposed to be having these girls twerking and perking, but you over here perking and pushing. He said, hell no. Much like Alamo, Bishop was always surrounded by the girls, but he never indulged himself by messing around with them because he knew they were a product that kept the lights on in their enterprise. Bishop expected that level of professionalism from Alamo, but all he heard was Alamo admit that while he was in control of the girls, his addiction to girls was low-key controlling him. That nigga did say, I ain't in the business no bullshit, man. Alamo was too emotional. He spent the entire season beefing with Lori for no real reason. Well, I can't say that. I can't say he was beefing with Lori for no real reason. Lori and them were disrespectful. Lori and them did give the fentanyl to who? Rue, who was the biggest fuck up, and Rue came over there and got the first girl knocked. So he wasn't beefing with Lori for no reason. If Lori and them wouldn't have even been having fentanyl, which they had Rue trafficking because they said that Rue owed $48 million plus that interest, that was Lori's fault. So he wasn't beefing with Lori for no reason. Lori got one of his girls, but Wayne works up under Lori. Wayne was in charge of the whole operation in the basement, which Faye's ass was down there and didn't clean off the scale. So yeah, this is Lori's fault. He wasn't beefing with them for nothing. Now, he was tripping when she called him a pig and not tripping when they were calling him a nigga. Like, you know what I mean? I get it. It's a white people show, but he should have been more upset about them calling him a nigga than a fucking pig, nigga. Don't give a fuck. Call me a pig all you want, nigga. Who gives a fuck? Oink, oink, pig, pig, do away with the pork. But he was beefing with Lori for a real reason. You got one of my girls killed. This is my money. And you fucked up my drug. Like, that's a whole shipment of drugs that I didn't have. Plus, they came over and robbed that nigga. They shot Big Eddie, so he was beefing with Lori for a real reason. This wasn't like play and shit. They came and robbed this nigga's establishment. They killed one of the girls. They shot this nigga up. They shot them niggas out front, the security, when they ran up in the spot. So it wasn't like they were just here doing nothing. Then they came over and they talking about, we got to run the business. We got to make one trip down there. No, hell no. And if it wasn't for Lori, then the DEA wouldn't even been on to motherfucking Alamo's operation because Rue is the biggest fuck up. Like, we can't have matter of fact, we can't have no grace for anybody because Rue is the root of all evil. Rue is really the biggest fuck up. If we were doing Monday mistakes, the biggest mistake in the whole trilogy of Euphoria was Rue. Rue being born was the biggest mistake. Everybody's problems stem from some shit that Rue was doing. Rue was always screwing people over. This whole season was on Rue's back. Rue was working a regular job like she wasn't in the dope game last season and like she ain't owe no money to Lori. This is all Rue's fault. Everybody's problem in this season was because of Rue. Well, except for Nate. Nate's issue was just Nate's issue. Let me see. Well, Cassie's issue was Nate's issue. Lexi. Yeah, other than them, everybody else is because of Rue. Yeah, other than that, everybody else is because of Rue. But yeah, Rue's a fuck up, man. I'm just saying, why is Rue Bennett a screw up in damn, they said it was an unsatisfying revolution to the hit show in Variety. Variety said that? Let's go ahead and see what Variety got to say about this. That's fucked up. It wasn't a bad show. It just wasn't as good as the other seasons. The series finale of Euphoria left the characters down. TV review. Throughout the third, a now confirmed final season, Euphoria felt like it was fractured into several different shows under the nominal banner. What was once a HBO version of a teen drama, Sunday's finale, and God We Trust, functioned only as a capstone to one of these clash narrative Bennett. Not only his final focus on Rue rendered the characters afterthought whose trajectories trailed off with a shrug. Even Rue herself poorly served as a blah blah blah. Life opioid epidemic. They ain't talking about shit. For the first two seasons, the form and function of Euphoria was in sync. However, controversy over times eye roll inducing creator Sam Livingston Showsman effectively channeled the intensity of a hormone-fueled emotion, whether it was the room revolving around Rue Inception style as she sunk into her latest high, or Sydney Sweeney's Cassie profession her love for a terrible boyfriend. Yeah, it wasn't shit happening. But without a simple rubric like trying to survive high school, Euphoria lost its center of gravity and spun out in a wild new direction. Rue became a drug mule across the Mexican border for a criminal ringleader and a strip club manager. Cassie took OnlyFans, mostly of her own validation, but partly to bail out her husband, reunited with a strange, blah, blah, blah. I mean, they ain't even talking about nothing. The latter half of the season started stitching some of the subplots together, at least in the literal sense. Maddy began managing some Alamo strippers, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, man, they ain't talking about nothing. I thought they was going to explain like Rue. Nah, man. Rue had mental issues early on, compounded with her father passing, made her turn to drugs. Man, Rue daddy been dead for years, bro. It's time to get over it. It's time to get over it. Not once did we see Rue think about her dad in season 3. Rue was thinking about that nigga Jules. That nigga was over there painting shit and doing Lord knows what with them niggas. Rue was over here in Mexico. Rue was partying with the girls. Rue was scissoring in a dirty ass man. Rue was driving the Uber. Wasn't nothing wrong with that motherfucker, Rue. Rue was just a fuck up, man. That's all it was, man. We gotta quit saying people got mental issues. Everybody ain't got no goddamn. I got mental issues. I was diagnosed with mental issues. You know what I mean? When I went to the doctor, what they say, Mo, you got a fucked up brain, nigga. I said, damn, sir. Will I ever get right? They said, no, it's for life, nigga. But I don't go get on drugs. My sister passed away 2021. What I do? I went and turned up on YouTube. I ain't gonna get on drugs. Wasn't nothing wrong with Rue. Rue was just a junkie. Rue hung around junkies. What was the nigga that played the guitar? That nigga was a junkie. The nigga that was fucking with Jules, that nigga was a junkie. All these motherfuckers are junkies. This is what happens. This is what happens. It's gonna sound harsh. This is what happens when you a mixed kid and you don't grow up with the black side. This is what happens when you grow up on the white side. Rue is a prime example of what happens when you a mixed kid and you grow up with the white folk. You don't grow up with your folk. You grow up with the white folk. If Rue was hanging with the black folk, they wouldn't be letting her get on them motherfucking junky ass triad bullshit. Hell no, she was over there hanging with them white folk. The whole crew was terrible. Maddy, Lexi, Cassie, fucking Nate. That was a fucked up crew, man. Rue mama had her living in the wrong area. You see the little girl, what's the little sister name? What was Rue's little sister name? I think her real name is Stormy or Storm, something like that. What was Rue's little sister name? She ain't end up fucked up like that. She done graduated from college in real life. What was Rue's little sister name? We didn't even get to see her. Well, we seen like a flashback of her. We didn't even get to see Rue's little sister this season, man. That's fucked up. Yeah, Gia was all right. Gia daddy died. Gia daddy died. She wasn't acting a plum dumb fool. But overall, it was a cool season. I give the season like a 7. It definitely was the worst. I won't say it was the worst. It was the least favorable because it wasn't a bad season. It was just nothing happened. You know what I mean? It wasn't like there wasn't a start to an end as far as the storyline goes. Like we ended where we started, but how we got there was like over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go, you know, huffing or puffing, I blow your house down type shit. That's the only way we got there. But I thought it was cool, you know what I mean? We finished it off 7 years. We started covering it in season 2, but season 3 we got episode 8. What? That's about it, man. I just wanted to get on here and talk about that. Oh, we got some free time. Euphoria season 3. I gave it a 7, man. It was all right. You know, it wasn't bad. It was definitely something for me to watch. I gotta watch the other episode of The Shy. Was it episode 2? Yeah, I gotta watch that. So I'm gonna always be well. I'm not gonna be behind on that anymore. Well, I probably will because Power come out next weekend. Is it next weekend or the weekend after? Oh no, it's next weekend. Sheesh. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. We do have. I'm gonna be watching this. I know y'all probably ain't gonna watch it, but I don't give a damn. I'm watching it. I grew up. I screw up. Nah, like I said, I don't watch. I watched too much superhero stuff already this year. I'm really not trying to watch Spider Man. Definitely not trying to watch no Spider Man. Yeah, I don't know if I can sit through that, man. I watched The Boys this year. I watched that Punisher, whatever it was. I think that might be enough superhero stuff for me, man. I don't know about that. I just a 1930s private investigator forced back into his superhero identity after a person. What is this, a weekly thing? Or is it all at like, is it all dropped at once? Nicolas Cage Spider Noir season 2 gets good and bad news. What? Nicolas Cage addressed the possibility of Spider-Man Noir 2. The inaugural installment recently premiered entirely on MGM Plus and Amazon Prime Video. Cage is uncertain, possibly sophomore outings. It's the same variety. Executive producers Chris Miller making an entry in installments. Meanwhile, the showrunner designed multiple seasons with new stories. One of the magical things about any private detective story is if you want another story, all it takes is a client to knock on that door. That is true. All you gotta do is just come up with another crime, a little murder mystery. It's all dropped. Yeah, see, that's I really have a disdain for all the episodes dropping at once. Like, I got a fucking life, man. Don't be dropping all the episodes at once. I got shit to do. Nigga, I gotta go to work. I ain't got just 8 hours. I can just be sitting around kicking it, watching TV. I don't like, I hate when they drop everything at once. I really do. If you drop everything at once, that means every single day I need to have a new series out. When you drop in 8 episodes, when I watch all 8 of those episodes in 2 days, what y'all got for me on the 3rd day? That's why I need my shit to drop once a week or 2 here, 2 there. But when you drop all of them, like, hey, so what's next? What's next? Come on now. What's next? What's next? I want to enjoy my shit. I want to watch. I want to be able to think. I want to be able to let that thing marinate. You know what I mean? I want to let that thing marinate. You know what I mean? When I'm lazy and I don't feel like doing the dishes, what I do? I put a little bit of soap in there, put that hot water, and I let that thing sit for a little bit. So when I come through that next time, just real easy with it. You know what I mean? I don't want to put my shit in the dishwasher all the time. You know what I mean? I don't want to put it in the dishwasher. Sometimes I want to let my shit sit. You know what I'm saying? Get some of that. My great granddaddy, he ain't had no dishwasher. He was in there with his hand. My great grandma, she was in there with the hand. My grandma was in there with the hands. My daddy was in there with the hands. I'm in there with the hands with it. You know what I mean? Yeah, you work a 10-hour day. I work an 8-hour day. And then when I get off of that, what I gotta come and do? Record episodes. That shit ain't easy. 8 hours, then I come home, watch one episode, an hour episode, then I gotta record the episode, which is another 25, 30 minutes, then I gotta edit that thing. That's 2 hours per episode, man. Ain't nobody trying to buy, man. Hell no. Hell no. Well, I'm gonna watch this Michael Jackson shit, though, I tell you that.
And this is Mr. Jackson's main area?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch this. No, it ain't no excuse. An excuse would be like, oh, I gotta do this and do this. I'm telling you what it is.
30 secret rooms. Police.
Michael has some secret rooms in there. Oh no, I don't want to say this for later. I thought that was to speed this bitch up.
Right now, searching Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna be watching this shit. I'm gonna see what the hell Michael had going on.
This is part of an ongoing investigation.
He's the most famous man in the world, being accused of the most heinous crime in the world.
They all love Michael. We love you, Michael.
An arrest warrant for Mr. Jackson has been issued on multiple counts.
Hey, that mugshot is always gonna be funny as hell.
And child molestation.
Michael Jackson's trial has finally begun.
This nigga Michael made a spectacle of the court.
I walked into what looked like a circus.
We believed he was a criminal, and he was able to get away with that because of his fame and celebrity.
My nigga came in with a fucking badge on. This nigga Michael was different. That nigga was showing up in 8-piece suits, nigga, with a fresh perm.
Michael said, how do innocent people leave the courthouse? They let the whole world see them.
This was a man who was unique in his talent, skill, and accomplishment.
Hell no. What Thriller album is this? This ain't the Thriller album I'm used to seeing. This is Thrillum. This is not a Thriller album cover, nigga. This must be the limited edition. What the fuck is this? This ain't the Michael I knew.
Unique in his victimization of children.
When this supposed victim was on the stand, the thing that struck me was, wow, he's just a kid.
It was very moving testimony.
Nigga. All right, we got the cameras on you. Make it seem like it's touching your heart. Nigga, Michael was innocent. Nigga, you oh my God. Get the fuck out of here.
It really got to me. He lured young boys to Neverland.
The kids knew the combination to the bedroom suite. Their mother didn't.
The defense said.
When would the mother ever put the code in? Yeah, I know it sounds weird, but I'm just saying, like, when would the mom ever be like, hey, I'm gonna put the code in? Like, if the kids are at the house, they got the code to go to the room. The nigga was innocent.
Michael Jackson loves children. It's all been misconstrued.
It was our opinion that they began to come up with these allegations to get a payday.
Testimony keeps on coming.
Culkin called the allegations absolutely ridiculous. I was juror number 8. What has to be proven is beyond a reasonable doubt.
Beyond a reasonable doubt. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm going to take the evidence that they present. He was found innocent, or he was found not guilty. But I'm going to take the evidence and I'm going to form my own opinion.
Can you doubt that happened?
Michael was scared to death.
I knew we were watching the potential demise of a superstar.
I found the smoking gun. I believe Michael was innocent, and we were going.
You found the smoking gun.
Going to prove it.
Is he guilty or is he not guilty? Finally, we're going to get some answers. Please keep an open mind and let me have my day in court.
Hey, who they got doing that? Hey, nigga. Hey, Netflix. Who y'all got doing that fake ass Michael Jackson? Nigga, y'all got to remove that from there. Like, that's one thing I can't let y'all have, Netflix. Y'all can't have a fake Michael Jackson. Only on Netflix, June 3rd. We're going to be watching it. We don't give a damn. We're going to be watching that, y'all. We're going to be breaking it down. How many episodes? Three-part series. Oh, the series consists of 6 total episodes. Each episode explores different aspects of the case. The episodes are released week. What? No, I don't think they release weekly. Am I logged into Netflix on this? Alex Murdaugh unconvicted. I might have to try that out. Striking distance. When am I watching this shit? And, oh, okay. I had company. That's right. I might have to check this out. 30 minutes. 26. Why was Alex Murdaugh's conviction overturned? Down instant doc digs up the stunning allegations of jury interference in his double murder trial. 22. I seen that one. I'm about to check this out tonight. Let me go ahead and put that on play.
It's time To get sauce.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out in a minute when I get out of here. The four seasons. New season. Never seen that shit before. I don't know. What's the name? That's Ali right there. Nemesis is still number 4. Man on Fire dropped to 7. Calabasas Confidential. What is this shit? What, they selling houses? Fresh out of college, a tight-knit group of friends, exes, and rivals returns to Hillside, Southern Cal. Luxury unfinished drama. Oh, this is reality TV. I thought this was a series or something. What the fuck is this shit? What up, Miles? It's been a while. What's going on, man? We got Power next week. Oh, yeah. The 12th, I'm off. So we will have a first reaction right after the episode goes off for episode 1 of Raising Kanan. It's only 8 episodes, so we will have a first reaction for that. Probably 2 hours, 3 hours, because I'm off on the 12th. The 19th is Juneteenth. I might be in London, but this weekend I'll be in Malta. So I'm going to be in Malta for 4 days. Then next week, we got Raising Kanan. That Saturday, I'll be in Frankfurt. That next weekend, that Friday, we might not have a live because I'll probably be in London. And then the weekend after that, we'll have a live for that Friday. But then 4th of July weekend, I'll be in Portugal for Afro Nation. So, once the summer hits, I'm usually gone at least 3 weekends out of every month. So, we will have a first reaction and a live on the 12th. The 19th, depending if I go to London or not, we might have a first reaction, but we won't have a live that night. I'll have to do it like on Sunday when I get back. And then the week after that, we will have, so that'll be episode what? 1, 2, episode 3. So episode 1 and episode 3, we will have Friday night lives. Episode 2, we probably won't because I'll probably be in London. We'll see. But then the 4th of July weekend, I'll be gone again to, I'm going to show y'all where I'm going. So this is where I'll be for the 4th of July. The biggest Afro Beats festival. So this is where I'll be in July. You know what I mean? I gotta go turn up a little bit. I'm a little upset though, because I got the gold ticket, but I spent $1,000 for mine, and now they got resale tickets for like $700. So I'll be out at this 4th of July weekend. I'm going out there solo, but the lineup is nice. Burner Boy, we got Wig Kid, Uncle Waffles. That's my girl. I fuck with Uncle Waffles. We're gonna be out there. So Burner Boy on Friday. You know what I mean? Wiz Kid on Sunday. Let me see what they got these resale tickets for. Oh, they done went up. They $963. I think that's what I paid for mine. But yeah, so I got the golden ticket for this. That's where I'll be at 4th of July weekend. This weekend, in Malta, this is where I'll be. You know what I mean? Got it. This will be my first time in Malta. I ain't never been to Malta, but this is where I'll be this weekend. Just a little vibe. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing too crazy. So what's the name is gonna be here? The headliner for this event is Brandy. And I want to hear that damn song that Brandy got. I ain't even trying to hide. This is when they're in London though. Where the hell's oh, here we go, Malta. Yeah, so Yeah, Brandy will be out there. Music Soul Child, Lloyd. You know, I'm getting my daily doses of R&B. So I got an R&B festival. I got the R&B festival I'm going to this weekend. I got my Afrobeats festival in July. In August, I'll be back in London for Carnival. You know what I mean? So I'm getting the taste of all flavors this summer. You know what I mean? I didn't go to any beaches last year. 24, I did. So this year I was like, man, I'm gonna make up for it. I'm gonna do 2 trips to the beach. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know, Miles, I gotta go out there. I'm gonna go listen to some Brandon. The boy is mine, not yours, but mine, not yours. Yeah, listen to that. Some Lloyd. She's fine too, but I want you. Uh, 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 they might call me up there on the stage. They might come do a little bit of singing. Now, I didn't get VIP for this because I didn't know if my boy was going to go or not. So, Portugal, I'm going solo, but I got my homeboy coming with me on this one. But when I get there, I'm going to try to finesse him like, hey, look, nigga, I just flew from America. Upgrade the wristband. I got a little 50-piece heat, you know what I'm saying? Let me get that VIP wristband. You know what I mean? There is a brunch I want to go to, but all the brunches sold out. So I'll just be at the little boat parties. You know what I mean? Be a little boat party. Ain't nothing too crazy, but. You know, I haven't even looked at the website. I just bought my shit and just kept it moving. I'm gonna figure out how to get over there. I'm gonna take a picture in front of this DLT Malta sign right here for y'all. I'm gonna get a picture in front of that. I'm not staying at the resort though. I got me an Airbnb. Never stay at the resort where the people gonna be at because I don't want nobody popping up on your boy. But yeah, so that's where I'll be. You know, we can start the summer off right. Memorial Day, what did I do Memorial Day? Oh, I was chilling on Memorial Day. Actually, Memorial Day, I went to we got this thing called Beach Club out in Frankfurt. So it's kind of like a beach type vibe. So it's pretty cool. I went out there. 620. Oh, that's fucking Juneteenth weekend. So I was out at this Memorial weekend. Cool little chill shit. Ain't loading up, but yeah. So I'm just trying to enjoy my summer, man. Because between y'all and me, this might be my last summer in Europe. So I'm trying to just enjoy it. I haven't really taken as many trips as I wanted to this year. I went back to the States for the first time in 2 years. So I spent a little bag when I went back there, and it's I got some other expenses and shit because I got to go back to the States later on in the year. But I'm definitely gonna give me some trips in. I got 3 major trips. 3 major trips coming up. So that'd be good. But hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'll start getting back into making power videos. The descriptions are out. Character descriptions, but I'm thinking I'm gonna do another Who Is video where I break down all the characters before the episodes drop. The recaps will start coming out on the I want to say the recaps will start dropping on the 2nd or the 3rd. There's 2 recaps missing because they got copyright for some reason, but all the recaps from last season will be dropping at 6 p.m. Eastern, leading up to episode 1. But we'll do that, and I'm gonna probably put together a couple of videos of who the characters are over the season, talk about them, and track their progression. But hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm Maude. This is Euphoria season 3. It's over with. No season 4. Overall, I give the trilogy an 8. You know, it was good first season, second season. You know, it fell off a little bit, but shit, what can you expect, man? Everybody ain't hitting home runs. Sometimes all you gotta do is get on base. I'm Maude. Remember, you can run, but you can't hide. Don't drink and drive. Always have a plan. Thanks for watching. I'm out.